very fundamental based. Today will actually be the first day that, because of the recruiting calendar that we get into, kind of maximizing time, it'll be the first time we've actually put our whole group together. So we'll do a 1-hour team workout today, but guys have gotten better, they've improved. We try this time of year to take some of the individual weaknesses that they may have and help them get better at it. But as I've said many times, we spend a lot of time on ball handling, passing, those fundamentals, and shooting, and that's something we've done a lot of to this point.
Why is T-John went out of his way to say the ball handling is probably the biggest difference that he noticed? Why is that such an important part of what you try to do?
Well, we play positionless, and we've done that throughout my 10 years as head coach, and literally everybody has to handle the ball. I'm a big believer that you're only as good an offensive player as you are ball handling, and multiple guys handle the ball for us. We're not locked into just one guy. Michael Finke will have to put the ball on the floor at different times. So being able to go with both hands, being able to make moves with the ball is a big part of what we try to do in terms of attacking. So ball handling is a vital part of their individual improvement and ultimately our team success.
So an article with Brad Stevens talking about positionless basketball. Do you see this also preparing guys for the next level?
I think it translates, absolutely. I think the one thing that we try to make good basketball players and not label somebody by a number or a position. And I like versatility. I think versatility wins. I think the game is pretty simple. When you can pass, when you can dribble, and when you can shoot it, there's a place for you. And it's our job to find those places and put them in the best position to score, no matter what size you are. So, the college game mimics a lot the NBA game. I think the shorter shot clock has forced a little bit of positionless basketball, so to speak. But I've never had a lot of size, so we've been forced to play it throughout my career, and it's fun, and I think players really enjoy playing that way.
What are you seeing from T-John, both as from a basketball and a leadership standpoint?
The biggest thing is from the leadership standpoint, and I'm traditionally pretty hard on point guards. A lot of demands. They're the quarterback. They're the Tom Brady of our team, and his responsibility is not just knowing what he does, but being accountable for the other guys on the court, and being the voice, and starting to think the way the head coach does, and he's made tremendous strides and tremendous improvements in that. Physically, he's gotten better, absolutely. His body's changed a great deal. He's gotten stronger. I think he fits from a tempo standpoint what we want to do and how we want to play in terms of pushing it. Exceptional passer, and he showed continued improvement in his offensive game. So I've been very, very pleased. But the leadership category's been one with I've been very, very excited about.
Is anyone else stepping up there that you've seen?
Yeah, Finke. Michael's been great. I think that leadership is something that you don't force. This summer, it's been great for me to be around these guys as much as I have been, just to witness and see how guys act. I think that everybody tries to do it a little bit and is trying. The more the merrier, so to speak. Some guys are just uncomfortable with it. But I don't care if it's a freshman. We've seen tremendous leadership here in the last week from Mark Smith, and so it's something that I've been pleased with. But Michael's a very vocal guy. He's a very emotional guy, and his passion is shown through.
Seems like when we talk about your style, we end up talking about offense. But what are you seeing defensively that makes you feel one way or another about this?
I don't know. We weren't very good yesterday, but yesterday was really the first day, to be quite honest, that we have taught one thing defensively, and it was literally a basic fundamental stance. A few things that we talk about in concepts. We'll start spending a little more time this month on that side of things. It's again, to this point, it's been solely about their improvement, individual improvement, and making them better. Very little team stuff. We'll start putting a little of that in conceptually. And again, we have a couple guys that aren't here, so we don't want to jump too far ahead and lose guys in the process. But you know, we'll work on some fundamental things defensively.
Talk about the freshmen, Coach. What are you seeing from them? And DeMonte, where's he at from a physical standpoint right now with his knee?
Well, I like all those freshmen a lot. I've been very, very pleased. I'll tell you, the biggest thing I enjoy is they all have personality. They all have a demeanor about them, a little bit of swagger. Trent has a lot of that. He's a very confident young man. But it's a talented group, and they don't know anything. They think they know a little bit, but they really don't know much in terms of what's coming their way yet. And yet, their work ethic, their culture, their commitment to what we're doing has been great, not just on the court, but in the weight room. And it's a huge adjustment, but I've been very, very pleased with each and every one of them. They've been tremendous to this point.
Coach, given the post-depth issue, what do you want to see out of Ebo, Greg, as we go along here in the summer and fall?
Effort, rebounds. You know, as we look forward, those are things that he can do. He's got a steep learning curve, as all freshmen do. So it's just about gaining knowledge. He's an elite athlete. I mean, elite. He's a guy that's capable of doing things that not many guys are athletically. And yet, you know, you've got to learn. And so gaining knowledge, understanding, trying to figure out the physicality of the game, all those things are important. But he's a very athletic, very talented young man.
What is DeMonte's situation? Is he doing anything?
Yeah, he is. He's been doing a little bit of just slight movements. He's been taking part in our ball handling, our passing. He actually shot a layup the other day for the first time. He's been doing some stationary things. He's got another test this week to test his quad strength to see if he's gained 100% of his strength back there, and that will allow him to move on. But been very pleased with what he's been able to do, his progress. He continues to work very hard at his rehab, and Paul, our trainer, has been very pleased with him to this point. So we'll continue and expect to see full improvement as we continue through the summer.
Probably way too early for this, but is plan to play him this year?
Absolutely. Until we find out otherwise.
3 July evaluation periods coming up. I know you can't talk about specific players, obviously, but what do you and your staff want to get accomplished here in July? A
lot. It's the biggest summer we'll have. It's the biggest summer we'll have. And I say that from this standpoint. They're all big, but this is the summer where it's a new staff and you're somewhat behind. We're trying to catch up. We're still in evaluation process with 19s, with 20s. And yet we've got to buckle down and hone in and get caught up and continue to work 18s and guys that we feel great about and that fill our needs. So it's a very, very important time, and it's important for us to be seen, and it's also an important time for us to evaluate. And evaluation's the key word there. We haven't seen them all, and we. You know, there's probably some guys that we're going to recruit that we have not, aren't the common names, or names that you've seen. We've still got to do a good job of evaluating. Our guys now understand a little bit about our system and what we're looking for, and there'll be a guy or two pop up.
How might July be different than April evaluation periods?
Yeah, it'll be a lot. It'll be a lot. I think it's more important to. That our staff understands what our system is, what we're doing a little more. They've actually seen it, not just looked at it on film or had me talk about it. They get a grasp for what we're about in terms of our culture. So there's guys out there. That's why I say there's guys out there that will pop up. But yet we've made contact with guys. We've built relationships. Now it's about showing that love and continuing to strengthen those relationships. So, you know, we're behind, but we're a lot farther along than we were in April.
Coach, when you look at the roster,
about this time last year, you were doing the same thing, getting the new players, doing something and stuff like that. I feel like there's that before you kind of doing the same thing over there this year.
I haven't thought about it really. Yeah, I mean, I think I believe in what I know, and it works. I'm confident in that. I'm excited about how this group has committed with both GMs to doing that, and the fact that we're going to do the same thing next summer. So the name on the front of the uniform is different, but the way we're approaching things is very much the same as we did a year ago.